Hey, what's up, my little tattletales? Yo, come in and shut the door. This ain't even a funny matter. We need to sit here and talk about this Tiffany Haddish and Aries situation. Do you know Hollywood Unlocked gave an exclusive that Tiffany Haddish is relieved after Aries Skit video surfaces, saying she wanted to take responsibility and was tired of being extorted? Y'all, where do I start? First of all, did y'all see the video? Because if you haven't watched the video, and this is my opinion, my channel, you shouldn't even be commenting on this. If you haven't seen the depravity, if you haven't seen your stomach turn in sick disgust, if you haven't felt something slimy crawling from your toes up your spine into your brain, then you don't need to be commenting on this. How are people turning this into somebody just can't say something? Look at the evidence and then come back and tell me what you think. Listen, when we're dealing with children, when we're dealing with things like this, I don't want to hear any hyperbole. I don't want to hear any, but people always, I don't want to hear it. Shut up, look at the facts. And if you don't know the facts, then stay out of the conversation. This is not in general, this is something very, very specific. And this is something that if it was your child or your brother or your sister or your friend or your father or your mother, cousin, nephew, put anybody in there, even if it was your worst enemy, you wouldn't want this for them. You wouldn't. So I'm sick of this whole I don't think it's true. You don't think what's true? Look, have you seen it? Anyway, you know what? Let me just calm down because Tiffany's actually come out and made a few statements. Now we're going to get into these statements, but let's also not forget that Tiffany Haddish, after everybody was out there defending her, literally came out and made a statement saying, I know people have a bunch of questions. I get it. I'm right there with you. How do you have questions and you were the person there? Tiffany, if you don't stop playing with me. She said, unfortunately, because there's an ongoing legal case, there's very little that I can say right now. Very little that you can say. Can you say that you are innocent and you did not do that? Can you say that? Because I've even heard OJ come out and say he was innocent and couldn't do it. I've heard murder suspects come out and say they're innocent and they didn't do it. Don't hit me with this legal mumble jumble. Stop. She said, but clearly, while this sketch was intended to be comedic, it wasn't funny at all. We're not arguing about whether the sketch was fun. Let me tell you something. I can make a comedy sketch about what I want. That doesn't the fact that I don't understand how comedians became a protected class. The fact that you were trying to say that jokes just come to you like a divine light, and through the vessel that is your vocal cords, this divine light comes out your mouth. You don't think of the jokes. You don't think why it's funny. You don't think it doesn't click in your head. Comedians really be acting like they get up on stage, do stuff, and it was a divine light. I just blacked out. I don't know what happened. There were 2 children and this and that. Are you serious? It's not about it not being funny. It was sick. It was gross. And she said, and I deeply regret having agreed to act in it. The fact that you just keep trying to kick Aries Spears. Listen, he's trash. Throw him down the stairs, but you need to put yourself in a trash bag too, because listen, if somebody paid me to organize a hit, can I sit there and be like, after thinking about it, it wasn't nice at all. I deeply agreed to act. I deeply regret agreeing to put a hit out on someone. Where are we, people? She said, I really look forward to being able to share a lot more about the situation as soon as I can. As soon as you can. Well, baby, guess what? It looks like Jason Lee answered all our prayers. I don't know how Jason Lee gets his celebrity friends to participate in interviews that aren't the best thing for him. Because I'm going to come out and just say it right now. I'm just going to come out and say it right now. We're about to get into the interview. But I'm just going to say it because it needs to be said. Listen, I'm sorry, but Tiffany Haddish has to be one of the dumbest people in the world. You have to be one of the stupidest people. You have to be the stupidest person on this planet. If ever, and I'm just going to say this now before we get into this, if ever there's a civil case that should have been settled quietly with an NDA, it should have been this one. I don't care what those two people were asking for. You should have paid it. Now look at you. Your career is literally destroyed. And tell me how come. Again, let me know in the comments, is there a conspiracy to destroy Tiffany Haddish? Why is it every time her name is attached to something, it gets weirder and weirder and weirder? And the other stuff, I was like, all right, that's weird. Like, I don't know, that's weird. But I never really commented on it. But when it comes to minor, man, get out of here. No. I saw a tweet one day. It wasn't a tweet. It was, I forget who it was. It was one of my tattletales. And you guys were like saying like, not my tattletales, but one of the tattletales in my comments. I don't mean to act like I own y'all, but like it was one of you tattletales in my comment section, and they were like, yo, anybody that agrees with this or doesn't see what the big deal is, you need to get far away from them in your life. They said, look around, pay attention, and you need to get far away from them. And girl, I completely agree with you. Anyway, let's get into this, right? They said, what was intended to be a major shakedown of Tiffany Haddish turned out to be a great relief for the comedian. However, full details left out about two separate incidents which led to a long-threatened lawsuit have shed a negative light on the renowned comedian. First of all, I'm sick of people using a lawsuit as an extortion. A lawsuit is not extortion. A lawsuit is a lawsuit. And literally, are you really taking the R. Kelly route? Is that what we're doing here? But you know what? Let's continue, right? Everybody has their lines. Everybody has whatever. This is actually real life to me. They said last week a civil lawsuit was filed. We know that. It was Jane and John Doe, now 22. And John Doe, who was born in 2007, he must still be underage. Jane is John's legal guardian. It's a plaintiff in a lawsuit both individually and her younger brother's behalf. Now get this. The suit accuses Aries and Haddish of abusing them when they were both too young to do anything about it, and alleges the comedians groomed and coerced them into filming explicit, child PS. Okay. One of the disgusting and very inappropriate videos has made its rounds online. Through a Pedialyte bear's eyes, shows Tiffany dropping off a child and leaving him with Aries. While watching the little boy play with his toys, Aries begins to make gestures at him before rubbing that. I don't even want to get into this. The video was sick, right? To note, Tiffany was approached by Aries to take on the skit when she was an up-and-coming comedian. The fact that Jason is trying to make it, or whoever wrote this, I don't want to put it on Jason. Where's this new mentality we have that if you're paid to do something, it's okay? Really? If that's the case, why are we even putting people on trial for murder for hire? They were paid to do it. Why are we putting people on for assault? I was paid to do it. Why are we persecuting people for selling drugs? No, okay, I'll get with that one. Why are we? It should be something else. Social programs can do that. But why are we? You were paid to do it, right? Since when has agreeing for money to do something deplorable an excuse? And please stop acting like she was coming from the favelas of Cidade de God, City of El Dio, whatever. Remember City of God, that old school movie about the slums of Brazil? Stop acting like you came from like a war-ravaged country and you were eating your hands to stay alive. Shut up. Knock it off. But there's more. Hold on, right? Let's see. She was not present when those inappropriate scenes were filmed, nor did she get to see the completed project when it was finalized at that time. That the plaintiffs say that's not true. When she eventually saw the final product, she later asked for the video to be taken down immediately. But Aries refused, and the skit later showed up on the platform Funny or Die Digitals. Wow. Now get this. Here's the R. Kelly defense. They said those who came across the unsettling clip can agree the video was not even close to funny. However, many online users are now questioning what parents would allow their child to be a part of a project like that. Keep this in mind because we're going to go back to that. They said that the mother of the siblings was actually longtime friends with Tiffany at one point, who actually got paid for the skits. But things went left when the mother approached Tiffany following her success in Girls Trip and started asking for help with her comedic career. When Tiffany explained she was unable to do so at the time, that's when the mother started hinting at going public with the video. The mother even started claims that her son Something happened to him while filming, prompting Tiffany to encourage her to file a police report, which the mother eventually did. However, no wrongdoing was found. Despite all that, in 2020, the mother was actually seen in pictures celebrating Tiffany's 40th birthday party. So keep that in mind, right? The mother, Tiffany, took place in the skit, right? The mother was a close family friend. She said that the mother approached her for help. She said that she felt deeply, deeply uncomfortable with it. And she said that despite the misgivings, the mother was actually at Tiffany's birthday party. Now, here's the thing, right? The lawyer said that, it goes on to say that Tiffany's like, she's so remorseful for what was done. It was so tasteless, this and that. That's all I gotta say. If Tiffany was remorseful, if you were so remorseful, then what was stopping you from settling the case? Tiffany thought it was a better idea to let this come to light and just hope people wouldn't care? She's really going for the R. Kelly route and saying their mom was the one who put them in a bad situation and profited from it? But how does that defense work for you, Tiffany? Also, right? Literally. And how does that work for anyone? How does that work for the children involved? Also, if you take that logic, right? If the bad situation was you, Tiffany Haddish, then how are you not to be held accountable? And this smoking gun picture that Tiffany and Hollywood Unlocked put up at the mom at her birthday party in 2020 also makes Tiffany look bad too. Because I thought she was extorting you for years. So how did she get an invite into your exclusive your Hollywood birthday party, Tiffany? How? Exactly. Like, at this point, Tiffany, are you even paying a lawyer for that defense? Why are you trying to help yourself with the help of Jason Lee? I get it. You guys are friends. But literally, what lawyer are you paying for? Are you using Olga, Tasha K's lawyer? Literally, I can't, and I'm confused. The mother isn't even part of the lawsuit. And the older sister now has custody of her now 15-year-old brother. So that makes their defense, even more stupid. Literally, I swear to God. This just has me so hot. And it sickens me. Where are the lines? The fact that people are equating potential abuse. And you're equating that with somebody making tasteless jokes? You're equating that with somebody calling somebody a racial slur? Listen, all these things are wrong. You're equating that with like, oh, well, the mom should have. Well, guess what? The mom was a bad mom. And what? The sister is, mom's not even involved in the lawsuit. It's the sister and the brother. Man, I can't. Do we have, listen, and I know, right? I sit up on this thing and talk trash all day, but I talk trash about things that to me are just like, it's low stakes gossip. This is not low stakes. This is not something you ignore. This is not something you're like, oh, well, we better wait to find out I don't want to see it, but I'm going to, no. While the law is actually investigating it, we need to investigate it too. Because there's some stuff that anybody that knows anything about stuff that happens with children, a lot of stuff gets swept under the rug. Look at Prince Andrew. Look, let me just stop. Let me take a step back. Y'all, the court of public opinion exists for a reason. And yeah, we need to wait for more evidence to come out. I agree, right? We need to make more. But I can base my opinion off of the evidence I've seen now. And right now, unless Haddish and everybody else, and she got Prince Andrew's lawyer, and you got all these people, unless y'all come out with something different, it's looking real bad. It's looking real strange. Literally, let me see some more evidence. We'll wait before we snatch the whole career away. But literally, let's see the other evidence. Because right now, from what I see between that video, those words, this thing, and even this defense, yeah. Anyway, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Bye.